Alrighty, welcome to another Vintage Cube Draft League here on Magic Online, and a tragedy in the making. We opened Tolarian Academy and Lion's Eye Diamond and Mox Pearl. And look, as much as I love Tolarian Academy, I'm going to take the Mox Pearl. Also Minsk and Boo in this pack. Is there a chance Academy wheels? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's a chance one of Academy or LED wheels, although I wouldn't be surprised if neither did. All right, well, we're going to take a fetch land. It's a white fetch, at least, to follow up with this Mox. And, yeah, that's not a bad start at all. Could certainly be drafting a fair deck here. Ooh, I will take another fetch land. These packs are just pretty mediocre, so pretty easy fetch lands out of those two packs. All right, now we got to make a decision. So there's Birds, which is good. I do like Birds of Paradise. I think it's a strong card. But given that I have a Pearl and 2 white fetches, I kind of feel like I'm supposed to Flicker Wisp here. It's also Spellseeker, but I don't really like taking that before taking a good thing to get with it. And I think it's a lot worse than Karn. Grist is also very good. Yes, dog? Jules. But Grist with a white Mox, a red-white fetch, and a black-white fetch, not crazy. I'm going to go with Flicker Wisp here. I think that's the pick. And honestly, I think that Giver of Runes is the pick out of this pack. I mean, what else would it be? A Stomping Ground, I guess, makes Arid Mesa into green. Julita, come here. Come here, girl. There we go. But I don't really have a green card. All right, Giver of Runes it is. This pack doesn't have something that goes super well with it, but I might actually take Venser. Blue-White Blink, I think, is a pretty strong deck. I have 2 fetches, so getting another color in here wouldn't be crazy. And it's really good with Flicker Wisp. There's also Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, which isn't an unreasonable pick either. I don't really want to take Beaumont Courier. Like, I guess I could justify that, given that I have a red-white fetch, but you know what? I'm going to take Venser. Oh, this actually could be a Lingering Souls pickup, because I have a white-black fetch, and I'm definitely playing white. All right. There's also Trinket Mage, but when you can actually get Lingering Souls going, it's really good. Wow, that's a late Pest Infestation. That card is really good. Not really in a great position to play it. Might just take Silent Clearing. I think Silent Clearing is decent. Can help fix for Lingering Souls. Now, even if I don't get any duels, I could play a Swamp, a Silent Clearing, and a Marsh Flats, and that's plenty to flashback Souls if I need to. But I could see taking Pest Infestation there. I don't think that's crazy either. I mean, if you get a green duel or of some kind, having the 2 fetches helps justify it, for sure. All right, we're going to see what wheels in a second here. I'm just kind of guessing that it's not going to be either Academy or LED. Not that we're really in a position to take either of those cards, given how this draft has gone. I wasn't paying attention to the mono white cards in like the first 2 packs, so we can see what comes back out of there. My combo right now, Flicker Wisp on the Venser. Also looking for Ephemerate, Palace Jailer, that sort of thing. Oh, Esper Sentinel came back. Okay, that's kind of nice. It's a pretty good card. Endurance also came back. LED, Cradle, and Academy did not, but again, that doesn't surprise me. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty decent start. Could also be like an Esper mid-range deck. I mean, obviously we're trending a little bit lower than that in terms of curve. All right, I'll take Batterskull here and try to pick up Stoneforge. I don't think passing up on Nissa or Relic of Progenitus or Grim Lavamancer is a huge loss. I would like to pick up Stoneforge. I don't really like playing Batterskull unless I have Stoneforge Mystic or Mishra's Workshop / Academy in my deck. So Sower of Temptation actually is pretty good with like the bounce effects. Magda is a strong card, and I have an Arid Mesa. Night of Autumn is also pretty decent with all the bounce effects or flicker effects. Because I'm also looking for more. I'm actually going to take the Night of Autumn. I feel like there's some good combos there. All right, I'll take this Nissa just because I'm not going to play the other cards. There's a chance if I end up in green, I'll play Nissa. I guess I'll take Tree Speaker. I could take Hellrider. I don't really want to play a double red card in this deck, though. Oh, I will take... I don't think Sylvan Safekeeper does anything, so I'll take Imperial Recruiter. Oh, and a Copperline Gorge. Still not that into these things, but we'll have to see what the other packs bring us. Knight of Autumn also. All just kind of medium. I think I'll stick with the white cards. Not really committed to playing blue, of course. This pack has the Ephemerate, but I'll probably wheel it. I'm probably just going to take Smuggler's Copter. It's a great card. Moxing it out on turn 1 is great. 2 fetches that's not even that crucial for me. And Ephemerate, I think, has a pretty good chance of wheeling. Yeah, Chariot, Frantic Search, 2 fetches, him, Elspeth, Treasure Cruise, Hexmage. Decent amount of stuff. Okay, this pack has Tinker and Mind Twist. You know, it wouldn't be completely crazy to take Tinker here. I've got Mox Pearl, Esper Sentinel, Smuggler's Copter already. Don't really want to Tinker for Batterskull, but I could pick up a Tinker target. It feels like a good spec. What's my other option? I don't want to take Containment Priest. That's just too dorky. I'm not going to do that. Coalition Relic's not powerful enough. I could take Mind Twist. I have Silent Clearing and Marsh Flats. The problem is, in decks with no acceleration, I just don't like Mind Twist that much. Wow, so this pack has Time Raveler and Parallax Wave, huh? Probably just going to Parallax Wave here. There's also Portal to Phyrexia, but I took the Tinker, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's a decent chance Portal to Phyrexia wheels, and I think Parallax Wave is going to be great in this deck. So I'm going to take that, and I'll probably follow it up with Intrepid Adversary. I really like Intrepid Adversary. Don't care about Jace too much. Tithe Taker is also not a bad one. Ooh, Celestial Colonnade and Rafine's Tower. I guess Rafine's Tower being fetchable, probably a decent tiebreaker. I should probably take that. And hopefully wheel Guardian Scale Lord. That would be a nice little wheel. Rafine's Tower also flashes Lingering Souls back, so that's a pretty nice little benefit there. And a Hallowed Fountain versus Wandering Emperor. Let's just take Hallowed Fountain. Making these into untapped blue is also really, really good. And I just don't feel like you end up being short on good 4-drops here, so okay, I like where we're at. I could take Thespian Stage in case Dark Depths wheels, but I might actually take Weathered Wayfarer. No, I'm actually going to take Figure of Destiny. Actually, you know, I haven't run Figure of Destiny and Tinker in very many decks, but I think Figure is going to be good. If Tinker doesn't work out, that's totally fine. And I like Figure of Destiny. Ooh, Svelian Obscene Sky. This actually could be a 6 Svelian deck. There's also Hard Evidence and Touch the Spirit Realm, which are both fine. Basically, picking up 2 blue-white duels means I have 4 blue sources without playing any islands, which I only need like 3 more of those to play Svelian, and I'm already going to want to play Venser. I actually think this is the deck for it. Okay, Elspeth wheeled. I was hoping, oh, Ephemerate didn't wheel. Huh. Well, whatever, I'll take the Elspeth. Actually, should I take Treasure Cruise here? Hold on. Treasure Cruise in a deck that has Smuggler's Copter to loot, 2 fetch lands, and a Silent Clearing. I actually think this could be a good Treasure Cruise deck, and I think Elspeth is pretty replaceable. I don't really want to take a red-green talisman, so I won't do that, but I will take Elspeth Sun's Champion. I don't mind doing that. Okay, I kind of like how this is going. Look, we might end up not playing the Tinker, that's fine. If Portal to Phyrexia wheels, that'll be a big step towards that. None of my sideboard really matters too much for that. But I do have some good blue cards. And I have actually very good blue fixing. So currently I have 3 cheap artifacts to sacrifice. So I'm not doing terrible on that front. Obviously, if I have Tinker going to pack 3. Ooh, and we wield the Portal. All right, so we're going to go ahead and try to play Tinker then. And I think it's going to work out well. I guess I'll take Enlightened Tutor, but I don't really see myself playing that. Can't get Parallax Wave. Oh, Guardian Scale Lord wield. All right, I like that more than Elspeth as far as high end. Parallax Wave Scale Lord is really sick. You can just get back the Parallax Wave with the Scale Lord. Oh, Weathered Wayfarer wield. So Weathered Wayfarer is kind of nice with fetch lands. If you're on the draw or even on the play and you're like, turn on Weathered Wayfarer, turn 2 go, and then after they play your second land, you crack a fetch and in response use Wayfarer. That's pretty neat. Okay, what do we take here? I don't think we want to take Counterspell. Forcible is not crazy, but I think I'm going to take the One Ring. The One Ring can be pretty sweet. You can also reset it by flickering or Venturing it. You can also Tinker for it. You don't get the protection if you do, but it's still pretty strong. One Ring's pretty fun. I think I'll take that over Ragavan. I don't think I want to take Mishra's Workshop. I like Othari, but I've got enough high end. I think I'm going to take Thraben Inspector. 3BB is also a way to get Tinker going. You get a token. So I think that's pretty nice. Let's just take Thraben Inspector. Followed up with, oh, Blightsteel. Yeah, another Tinker target. I don't think I want to risk not wheeling it because I don't really care if I miss out on Hero Bladehold. Again, I've got Parallax Wave on 4, Venser on 4, Guardian on 5. So let's just take another combo piece. Could use another cheap card. So there's Breach. Oh, there's Mana Drain. Mana Drain's a pretty busted card. I like Seachrome Coast. I like Sensei's Top. Top and Mystic Forge in the same pack is unfortunate for whoever's going for that. There's also World Spine Worm. I do like Breach. But yeah, I'm going to take Mana Drain. Just, you know, your usual Figure of Destiny Mana Drain deck. That's all. Look, we haven't seen Tundra go by, so we could pick up all the blue-white duels. Seachrome Coast, Tundra, Rafine's Tower. And we'll see what else we get here. Oh, I love Ponder with all these fetches. There's also Chrome Host Seed Shark, which I don't think we have quite enough artifacts to make that work, or non-creature spells rather, to make that work. Let's just take Ponder. We only need another card or two. Feeling pretty good about this. Oh, Subtlety versus Phyrexian Metamorph. Looks like a pretty decent Metamorph deck. I have a lot of creatures, and again, it's something you can sack to Tinker. So I think I like Metamorph over Subtlety here. Okay, we get 2 more picks. Stoneforge wouldn't be a bad pickup for this Batterskull. Otherwise, I mean, right now I think Batterskull's not quite going to make it. I also wouldn't mind, I mean, it's getting a little late to get Chrome Mox or Mox Diamond, but like a blue-white Talisman or something would be not bad. Another piece of interaction, I guess I wouldn't hate. But we're not going to get Swords to Plowshares. We could get a Path to Exile 7th pick. That's not insane. Wouldn't mind another blue-white duel. This deck, I mean, it's got a bunch of double blue cards and a bunch of cheap white cards. All right, I will just take Spell Pierce though. Spell Pierce is great. I don't really need Mightstone and Weakstone. So in terms of cheap artifacts, I have Thraben Inspector, Esper Sentinel, Smuggler's Copter, and Mox. Oh, this actually could be a pretty good Lurrus deck as well. Lurrus brings back these 7 cards. Yeah, I mean, it's that or what is kind of the question too, and I think Lurrus is just going to be better than these. I guess the Batterskull is probably out at this point. So right now this is 17 land or 16 land plus a Mox Pearl, and the rest spells. So that's fine. And we'll see if we get to wheel Seachrome Coast. I don't think any of the really good blue cards will wheel in this pack, but I guess we can see. Oh, Black-White Talisman. I actually don't mind that because it's another source for Lingering Souls, but also it's a cheap artifact to tinker away, which is this deck is missing. I don't think I want Phyrexian Fleshgorger here. Othari Wield. Huh. I can't really cast it, but I guess I'll take it. I'm not playing Torrential Gearhulk anyway. Oh, now that I picked up a Sacred Foundry, actually I can cast it because now I have 3 red sources for free. All right. Mystic Forge came back. I'm just going to hate it. I'm a hater. All right. Othari Sun's Glory, I think, is a fine splash. Oh, a blue-red land. Sure. That works for me. So now we need to cut a couple cards. Weathered Wayfarer can probably go. I like all the spell stuff here. This is 32, so we only need to cut 1 card, because right now we're playing 15 land plus a Mox Pearl. I don't know what Wrath's a fine sideboard card at least. And that means I just need to cut 1, because if you take these out for lands, this is 24. Little blue-white weenie here. So looking at the mana base real quick, how many... Oh, that's nice that the blue-red still works for figure. How many islands do I need to play? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're adding 9 basics. We're no mountains, I don't think, because 4 red sources I think is enough for Othari without having to play a basic mountain. And this is currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blue sources. So if I play 3 islands and 6 plains, 6 plains is 13 white. Okay. And no, maybe what I do is maybe I just do cut the figure and That way I can actually build a mana base that works a little better. Because right now, let's look at the colors here. Yeah, I'm actually pretty evenly split. So if I take out the figure, then it doesn't really matter. Like, I don't have to slant it white quite so much. I still want a lot of white, but 4-3. So let's go 5-3, maybe 5-4. And right now that would lead 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 white, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9 blue. Oh, plus I have a black-white talisman. Okay, so I'll do 4-5 then. I think that'll be fine. All right. I mean, this deck's pretty cool. It's like a Tinker deck plus a white Weenie deck, but I actually think it's going to work out all right. Like, I think that it's got a decent power level of cards. It's got Mana Drain and Spell Pierce and Venser, so it's got a little bit of interaction. It's got Luris has card advantage, Tinker in one ring. Tinker gets Portal to Phyrexia or Blightsteel Colossus, which is pretty neat. But then like Mana Drain and Spelune and Lothari are all pretty powerful. A decent Treasure Cruise deck, given two sack to draw lands and 2 fetch lands. Plus like Ponder, Spell Pierce. Tinker typically puts a bunch of cards into your graveyard too. So, all right, I like how this looks. Let's see how it ends up playing out here. Let's find an opponent. Been enjoying playing the Cube Leagues. The team drafts are also fun. We'll be doing plenty of those, especially since Cube goes down relatively soon here, which never goes down for us because we always got the team drafts. But it's also harder to fire the team drafts while the Cube 64 player events and leagues are up. So playing some of those. TBR, a little Teamer Battle Rage. Let's see what we've got here. This deck can turn 2 a Blightsteel, which is pretty nice. Could even go turn 1 Spell Pierce, turn 2 Blightsteel. Actually, if I go Land, Mox, Talisman, turn 2, I could Tinker with Spell Pierce up. That is even better. But we'll see how things work out momentarily here. Yeah, this is fine. I mean, it's not great, but this is what Smuggler's Copter is good for. If I could just draw a Mox, just to turn 1 it. All right, well, since I drew Island, I'm definitely gonna get Sacred Foundry with this Arid Mesa. And I don't need to have double blue on turn 2, because even if I draw a Manager, I'm playing Smuggler's Copter. I gotta get something going here. Playing against blue-black. Well, if they have like Mana Leak or Miscalc, that'll be unfortunate, but one good thing about Smuggler's Copter against blue-black is it's fairly good. They can't use their mana end of turn to kill it if they don't have a counterspell. And then next turn, maybe if they leave mana up, maybe I don't even attack into it. There's no rule that says you have to just jam. We'll see though, we'll see. What I'll probably do is cast Thraben Inspector first and then Intrepid Adversary. Maybe I tap for Intrepid Adversary and see what they do. And then if they counter it, I can go Plain Smuggler or Plain Thraben Inspector, animate Smuggler's Copter. Oh, they're tapping out for a Liliana. Playing that against an active Smuggler's Copter is a little bit risky. All right, let's go Thraben. I'm not playing. I'm not gonna play a 3/1 into a Liliana here. So I'm gonna play Thraben. I'm gonna attack Liliana. I'm gonna loot. You discard a Plains here, I'm sure. All right. Yeah, this works out really well. Giver of Runes actually better than Mother of Runes in this spot because I get to play Giver. Neither Giver nor Thraben Inspector die to Liliana, and I have Spell Pierce up if they try to play like a Damnation or Toxic Deluge or really anything. I mean, obviously if they go land him or something, then I can't Spell Pierce it, but a lot of what they could do this turn, Spell Pierce will be good against. I mean, I guess they can start by, yeah, plussing on the Thraben Inspector. That makes sense. And then passing. Okay, interesting. What I might do here, yeah, I think I am. I'm going to go Intrepid Adversary. The reason I'm doing it like this is I want to threaten to kill Liliana, and I'm worried that if I just crew Smuggler's Copter and attack with it, it's not going to do it. But this should do the trick. I think Spell Pierce is not going to have enough backup here. So now I can crew with Adversary. And I think I just attack Liliana. No. Hold on. So here's what I can do. I can attack my opponent for 4 and Liliana for 2, but if they have a removal spell and the kill Giver, that's pretty bad for me. So I think I'm just going to take the safe route and just attack Liliana with Copter. And they can't kill it because I have Giver of Runes up to protect it. I think that's going to be better. Okay. And kill my Giver. Alright, well, I'm glad I made this attack. And they're letting me draw before my Copter loots. Sure. I'll discard Plains again, I guess. Alright, well, I kill Liliana now. And, well, I'm glad I didn't attack with Giver, and I'm glad I didn't leave up Spell Pierce. Neither of those would have helped in this situation. Urtai is pretty good. They still have a couple problems to deal with here, and this Copter's really given me life. Looting twice, like imagine if I had 2 less loots and I just had 2 more lands in hand and 2 pieces of garbage on top of my deck. And then there's a pretty good chance I'm going to get to loot again on my turn. Oh, Caracas Urtai is pretty cool. Oh, they have 2 legends out. All right. Need to find something here. Crew. And I'm not going to attack with the Adversary here. Let's just loot. Wow. All right. Well, I've drawn a lot of lands. I need to chill a bit on that. Let's crack the Clue first, in case I draw some action. Oh, interesting, interesting. What does that do for me? What can I do with that? I think I am going to play it, and then I'm just going to flicker my Thraben Inspector, get a little more value. What they can do is they can bounce Urtai with Caracas, then play Urtai and kill my Intrepid Adversary, so they can attack with their Civilian of Sea and Sky. But I'm not too concerned about that. If they want to use their whole turn and let me draw an extra card so they can attack with their 3/4, then sure. Oh, they're going to just path it. Okay. I don't have very many basics left because I've drawn most all of them. How many lands? So I get 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I only have 5 lands left. That's not bad. All right. Well, unfortunately, I can't double block here, so I'll just have to take it. Let them have their card. Yeah, I mean, the path is pretty good there. Spell Pierce is usually good against this color combo, but hasn't been good here. All right, that's not terrible. Let's just crew and attack. The problem with Tinker is they can just bounce Urtai and counter the Tinker. Okay, so they're going to do this to kill the Smuggler's Copter. Sure, that I don't mind, because now what I'm going to do is tinker away the Talisman and play a get the Phyrexian, the Portal to Phyrexia. I think that's going to be awesome. Actually, do I want to tinker away a Talisman? Hold on. I actually think I don't. I'm going to go tinker the Clue, get Portal to Phyrexia, and play Talisman. And I could Metamorph here, but I think I just pass. I kind of feel like getting to Metamorph the Portal and do another Portal is going to be pretty good if I can do that. I could have just Metamorphed the Portal, because it's not legendary, right? Yeah. And just had 2 Portals in play. That way if they could bounce or destroy one, I would still get to use the other one. I could see that being a play. That does seem a little bit cowardly. I don't know. It plays around some stuff, but leaving this in play and this in hand means I can Metamorph the Portal to make them sack again. I can Metamorph Flicker Wisp to flicker the Portal and make them sack again. Or if they get like some giant thing into play, I could Metamorph that, though of course with Caracas out. Oh, the other thing is because of Caracas, using Portal to get back their legends is not a very good idea. So I'm probably going to start by getting back Giver of Runes, Bone Shards, and Frantic Search. So they're playing some kind of Reanimator deck, it would seem. Okay, you're going to bounce the Portal. That's not even particularly good. I have so much mana. And I get to attack and kill Teferi, presumably here. Like I could just cast Portal right literally this turn if I want to. And attack Teferi, attack you. I'm not playing around them killing my Thraben Inspector. Let's just do this. Metamorph, choose Flicker Wisp, Flicker the Thraben. Get my clue. I didn't want to sack my land because I might want to cast Portal at some point here. And I'm just putting a lot of pressure on them with like little dorky Flicker Wisps. Flicker Wisp is good. Flicker Wisp is a good card. All right, they're passing. Crack a clue. End of turn. Dark Depths. Oh, they got some spice going. Ooh, Treasure Cruise. I like that. I don't need to play the Mox. Let's go Cruise. No reason to. I don't want to exile the Giver because of Portal action. This looks like it's going to be pretty good. Spellion doesn't do much. I'm going to play Pearl, Silent Clearing. I'm going to play the One Ring. And I guess I'll even just draw now and pass the turn. Hullbreaker Horror. Okay. I guess I really didn't factor that in. Okay, they have 2 cards in hand? All right. I mean, they're dead to these things, so they need to have something. I would have been surprised to learn that the Spell Pierce was going to sit in my hand the entire game. I had Spell Pierce in my opening hand against blue-black. I've left it up most of the turns, not every single one, and I have yet to actually cast it, which is funny. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, I'm almost casting Blightsteel. Obviously, I'm not going to cast Blightsteel against a Hullbreaker Horror, but they are in a position where they need to do something here. Okay, I mean, attacking me doesn't do anything either. I have the One Ring, so don't think that was a very productive attack. I don't think I'm sacking the Silent Clearing. I feel like I would rather just have more mana because I have the Ring out and I'm going to draw a bunch of cards. So I'll ponder after I do this. Interesting. Let's just attack. Let's force them to make plays. And then what I don't want is them to play a counterspell. Okay. Let's, in response, go Venser your Hullbreaker Horror. Bounce Hullbreaker Horror, because now, yeah. They were going to get to see what they drew off Frantic Search, but yeah, they were dead. I really don't have much of a sideboard. On the draw, I could board in Weathered Wayfarer. It seems like that wouldn't be terrible. No, I don't want to board in something that dies to Liliana. That seems foolish. All right. I think this is fine. The other option is, do I want to cut Esper Sentinel because of the Liliana? Well, the thing about Esper Sentinel, though, is like, if I play Esper Sentinel early and they play Liliana, they either have to give me a card or wait till 4 mana to play it. That doesn't seem too bad. Caracas is going to mess me up, though. I have Sveljun, Luris, and Othari, but I'm not going to side all those out because they have Caracas. I also have Venser, though. Bouncing Venser is less of a concern for me. Do I care about Batterskull? Not really. Definitely not a Wrath deck. I guess I could put in Elspeth Sun's Champion, maybe instead of Sveljun, but if they don't draw Caracas, Sveljun's going to be pretty good. Okay, this hand's good. They're mulliganing. The Smuggler's Copter, if it gets 1 attack in and I can loot away the Colossus, I'll be pretty happy. Okay, pass. I'm going to have to play a Luris with nothing to bring back, but I need to crew this on 3. So if I don't draw something, then Luris it is. Okay. Copter, please work. Because if not, yeah, okay, that's good. That is good. And the cool thing about Luris to crew Copter is if they kill the Luris, presumably Luris can bring back Copter. All right, let's crack this for planes. Luris. Remand. All right. Well, no coptering yet. Not yet. They could have Urtai, though it looks like they're casting something here. Him? All right, they got not Luris. That's all I cared about, really. Though it is kind of annoying they got a bunch of red lands. Let's go land Intrepid Adversary, I think is the new plan. So they can't miscalculation me. And I think I just crew... Yeah, actually I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay the price because I don't want it to die to Liliana. Alright, attack. Yes, please. Alright, discard Blightsteel, draw Tinker. That's kind of how you drew it up, right? And they got hit for 4. Smuggler's Copter is just a really good card. I do see why this card got banned long ago. So Sabana, I guess that's their Verdant Catacomb into a white fetch sort of deal. Yeah, I don't think that they have green cards in their deck, though obviously they could. 4 cards in hand. They have some pressure to do something here. If they kill the Intrepid Adversary, I'm just going to play Luris and replay the Adversary. I don't know that I want to play Luris first. I'm going to start by casting Ponder. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like all of that. So it's not shuffle. Let's crew. And I'm going to discard Esper Sentinel to the Smuggler's Copter is my plan. And if they played something in the middle of combat, I would change plans. But this works. And then I'm just going to pass with Mana Drain up. And see what they've got. I mean, I'm hitting for a good amount of damage and making some progress. Now Luris is stocked thanks to Esper Sentinel. I don't really think I'm supposed to just tap out for Tinker and let them cast Mystic Confluence or something. We'll see. They left their mana up for something. Is it Urtai? Is it some other instant we haven't seen? They could have Snapcaster, and they were hoping to Snapcaster Remand, but finding Mana Drain off Ponder made that turn pretty easy, I think. There's just no reason to tap out for something. Oh, I kind of love seeing that, because when you leave a counterspell up and they play Mystical Tutor, very good. Let's see what they tutor for. Frantic Search? Okay, I mean, I guess I'll let them do that. That's what they want to do. Frantic Search floating white. All right. Are they discarding something big? I mean, if they have Frantic Search, discard a big thing, reanimate it. Oh, they didn't. They discarded Liliana and Damnation. Do they really need double white for something? I mean, you would assume so. Well, I'm not going to let that resolve because that basically stops my Mana Drain to begin with. Okay. Into balance. Sure, let me think. My top card is Venser. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I guess I'll just let this happen. They're going to lose a land, and I'm going to lose the 2 cards in my hand, plus Intrepid Adversary. All right, their Frantic Search plan made sense. The only thing that really doesn't work out is it doesn't kill my Smuggler's Copter. So let's go Venser. Oh, I guess actually I should have cracked Silent Clearing first, but whatever. Venser, Underground Sea, crack Silent Clearing. Crew. Yeah, I mean, maybe it would have been better just to crack Clearing, and then I would have played the One Ring. Sure, I'll draw. If I drew a creature, I would have just played it that turn, discarded the One Ring. But this seems like we're doing pretty good here. They have the 1 card they drew. Flicker Wisp. They're at 8. Let's just play Flicker Wisp. Crew. Hit for 5. Oh, we discarded Lingering Souls. Look at that value. And then their land comes back. And now they're at 3 facing down, a 2/2, a 3/1 flying, and then also a 3/3 flying. So seems like that's going to be pretty tough for them to get out of, I'm not going to lie. Let's see. Oh, do they have green cards? No. They don't got anything. All right, well, that did kind of work according to plan. Smuggler's Copter did the bulk of the work in that matchup. I just played against a deck that had like Removal and Wrath. You know, they had Damnation, Balance, Liliana, like all these cards that just do not work against Smuggler's Copter. It not being a creature during their turn is just a huge advantage. And the fact that I had to crew it was not, you know, that big of a deal. I was able to do that without spending too much effort. Oh, our own Cedric Phillips. 23 cube trophies. Very nice, my friend. Very nice. All right. Round 2. I'd like to play first. Yeah, I'll keep this hand. Do I want to pay 2 life to have Spell Pierce up on turn 1? I think so. So I think, well, technically I don't have to pay 2 life this turn, but I will probably pay 2 life next turn. The problem is if they just play a Mox on turn 1 and I don't have Spell Pierce up, it's so bad. Well, they did that instead. That's fine. Okay, let's play Intrepid Adversary, and then if I draw a white land, I guess I could play Lurrus, though I'm probably just going to play Lingering Souls instead. Are you playing a Grist or something? No, Doretti. Or Liliana, even worse. Oh my god. Okay, this is one of the games where Liliana is just going to house me. Like, I guess I play Lingering Souls? I don't even know. I couldn't even Spell Pierce Liliana thanks to the Delighted Halfling. I didn't expect Copperline Gorge Delighted Halfling to lead to Liliana of the Last Hope, but here it is. Oh, into like a Questing Beast or a Garruk or something? Oh, I'm just getting walloped here. All right. I guess this is where I'm happy I have like the Tinker side in this deck, because, I mean, I'm pretty far away from it right now, obviously, but yeah, I'm just dead here. I can't do anything this turn. Guess I could crack my land to draw a card. Wasn't going to do much. All right, Jules, come here. Julie, come here. The dog does as the dog does. Don't Wrath, Elspeth, no. They didn't see much. What did they see? An Intrepid Adversary and blue and white lands and Lingering Souls. So yeah, they got a pretty good amount of information about what I'm trying to do. I did too, unfortunately. All right, I'm going to keep this hand, and I think I'm just going to lead on a tapped Rafine's Tower, because what that sets up is turn 2 Ponder plus fetch land. If I wanted to play a turn 1 Esper Sentinel, I'd have to crack Arid Mesa. So and that gives up some good Ponder value. So let's go Ponder. Oh, I do like, I think I'm going to do this. And I'm just not going to shuffle because I actually want to draw the Othari here. And then pass. And then I can crack Arid Mesa for Sacred Foundry. And then I have to draw a land the turn after to cast it. But having Othari in hand seems pretty great. And I have Spell Pierce up here. I'm not quite to the point where I want to decide out the Spell Pierce. Magda, huh? And let's just pass the turn. I'm likely going to Venser, but they might play something before they attack that would change how I played things out. The question is, do I let them attack? I actually think I will. I'll trade here. The thing is, I can Venser whatever spell they play, and I think I'd rather just trade Esper Sentinel for Magda and then Venser maybe a 4-drop. Seems like overall best use of resources. Assuming they do something here, it seems pretty likely they will. The other question is, if they do nothing, do I end of turn Venser? I probably still do. Bounce your Swamp, I guess? Not sure. They're deciding what to play. Who knows? Okay, they're cracking their fetch. Getting Bayou and use your treasure, please. Oh, they're not using their treasure. All right, well, in that case, I'll just Spell Pierce Doretti because haven't seen like a a massive amount of targets for Spell Pierce, so getting Spell Pierce value seems pretty big. Hex Drinker, okay, that I don't mind too much. All right, land is good, spell's good. Let's just not draw Portal of Phyrexia, please. All right, land is great, because now I get to go Othari and smash for 5, and if they kill Othari, they better be able to kill the token as well, or exile the Othari, otherwise it just comes back next turn. And if they don't kill it, then next turn I'm attacking for 9, so that'll end the game very quickly. Othari Sun's Glory is quite the card. 3/3 flying, lifelink, haste. Get a dude, then get 2 dudes, then get 3 dudes. Okay, and I have Venser up if I need it. On a Mold of 6, nonetheless. It's actually worse than a Mold of 6 in the sense that Blightsteel is actively bad not to be in my library, because often I think, you're often going to want to tinker for it. I will tinker for Portal more often, I would guess, but it's nice to have access to both. Sometimes you just have turn 2 tinker and on the play and you just want to try to get them dead. Also against Jund, there's not a wealth of answers to this card. They're pumping Hex Drinker? That's like conceding. I mean, that might be their best play, but it's like conceding. Like, this doesn't do anything. Block that. Yeah, I'm just not even going to bother doing anything. This puts them in a spot where it's still dead to what I have going, so I might as well just leave Venser up and not worry about it. All right, game 3 on the draw. Spell Pierce. Any thought to taking out Spell Pierce for Wrath of God? Yeah. I feel like Spell Pierce will scare them, but it's not actually that good from what I've seen. They have Liliana and Duretti, but they have a lot of creatures. And Spell Pierce is the kind of card that people kind of mess themselves up playing around sometimes too. All right, I mean, I got to keep this hand. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop on the draw here with decent mana. They are mulliganing to 6 here, and I get to pressure their mana a little bit, play this. I guess hope they don't have an early Liliana again. And if they don't, then yeah, this is a pretty solid little start. Let's see what they've got. On 6 or maybe 5? No, it looks like 6. All right, land to go. Not bad. All right, Arid Mace is nice because now if I draw Othari, I can cast it. Though I suppose there's a chance I draw Lingering Souls and I want to get Rafine's Tower with this. It's less of a chance, but it's possible. Oh, Mox Pearl is actually not terrible because now I can go Intrepid Adversary and then pass. And if they let me trade Esper Sentinel for Magda, then I can go Luris, replay Esper Sentinel, which is pretty decent value. Drawing Mox Pearl was a lot better than drawing a land. Though drawing Arid Mesa into Mox Pearl, I would like to draw no more mana sources for a little bit here. Also, Pearl's nice because if I draw Tinker, I get to fire that off too. So Marshall just texted me like he was playing in one of the 64-player drafts and he forgot he joined and it didn't pop up, but it goof grabbed a Mox Jet for him, pick 1, pack 1. So, when that happens to me, I don't get Mox Jet, but more power to you. All right, block, and now they can play whatever spell they were planning on playing, I suppose. We will see. All right, so that trades. I'm tapped out, so now's your chance. Jules, that now's your chance wasn't to you. Questing Beast post-combat? I mean, what you have to do because you don't get the Magda treasure till post-combat. Or something else. Maybe Duretti, because they don't have black mana right now. Jules? Yeah, you gonna chill or what? Collective Brutality. Discarding Misery's Shadow, killing my thing, and looking at my hand with no instance. Nice. Julie, lie down. We got you a nice dog bed. You don't need to tear it up. All right, Luris. Esper Sentinel, go. They didn't kill Lurrus in response, which was nice. And now we've got a decent little squad, and now they have to kill Lurrus. Oh, wow, they didn't. All right, well, I'm going to play Adversary, pump it, and this is actually going to end the game very quickly here. They just apparently don't have black mana. And the black spell they did cash in did basically nothing. It actually was worse for them because they didn't make me discard, and then I replayed Adversary and actually paid the costs. So, oh yeah, that was not great. To crack the Silent Clearing, maybe I'll draw something. Okay. That's a card I'm going to want to play here, I think. They're at 4. Yeah, I guess I will. I'm actually just going to copy the Esper Sentinel. I feel like the only way they get out of this is a sweeper, so I might as well draw 2 cards in the event that they play a sweeper. All right, a little 2-0. Let's see if we can trophy here with a pretty fair deck, but I like the whole Tinker aspect in the White Weenie deck. All right, here we go. Round 3. I am on the play. Interesting. This is a weird hand. I actually think this hand's keepable, but it's weird. So this is not early creature hand. What this hand is I hopefully Spell Pierce an early play, and then I go turn 4 One Ring, turn 5 Parallax Wave, and I just draw a bunch of cards, use Parallax Wave to stop their creatures, and then find an attacking force thanks to the One Ring. I do have Portal in my hand, and this deck unfortunately doesn't have any way to shuffle it back, no Brainstorm or anything. Like Colossus, I have discarding it because it reshuffles itself. And they mulled to 6. And hopefully they're a deck. Volcanic probably means they're a deck that Spell Pierce is going to be good against. Oh, I drew a turn 2 Smuggler's Copter. Okay, I'll let them. Oh, do they have Spell Pierce? Well, honestly, it's a lot better to Spell Pierce that than Spell Pierce the One Ring, because that's like my whole game plan here. And they played a tap land, sure. Draw. Play this tapped, pass. Be nice if they tapped out for something this turn that I could Spell Pierce. I would not mind that. And then I could play Zoo One Ring. No plays. Interesting. Oh good, they're playing something. Because if they didn't play anything, I would have been a lot more scared. Oh, Mind Twist for 2. Yeah, we'll Spell Pierce that. Okay, draw, land, One Ring, draw. Ooh, we have Metamorph to clear the One Ring here. And now I've drawn a white source, though I'd prefer not to play this as my second white source if I can avoid it. What do they got? I hope it's not Dark Fade. No, Chandra, Torch of Defiance, sure. So they exiled Magda. I don't take damage because of the One Ring. All right, this is the turn where it would be nice to draw some creatures to put into play. Well, that actually definitely is a creature, so let's go Sveljun. And, well, the problem is they just get to minus. Let's actually go Parallax Wave first, and then next turn I'll play a bunch of creatures. If I play Sveljun and they just minus Chandra on it, I don't really like that. Also, this is looking like a hard cast Portal game. I already have 5 lands and play 2 in hand, so we're getting there. Exile Island, I take 2, sure. 4 cards in hand. And Night's Whisper, okay. No land, okay, interesting. Fades to 4. I go to 15. I like Thraben Inspector. Oh, I like Mana Drain too. Let's see. Thraben Inspector. And then I'm going to go post-combat Sveljun. The reason I did it post-combat is I have Mana Drain in hand. This is a little trick you might not know if you haven't played a lot with Mana Drain. This gives you mana at the beginning of the next main phase. Oh, well, I'm just going to pay the miscalculation cost. Which means, let's say they Force of Willed Sveljun or countered it and I wanted to Mana Drain it. I actually don't want to get a bunch of mana now when I'm tapped out. I want to get the mana next turn, which is why you go to second main phase if you don't want the mana this turn. Okay. They tap me out, but I have Parallax Wave in play. It's like pretty hard to really take too good of advantage of that. All right, add double red. Let's see what they can do. Yeah, that's not that good. Hold on. Do I want... I kind of want them to come back. I guess they have... Oh, they have a Chandra going off. Never mind. That is pretty good. What can I do about that? I guess I can't really do much about that, but I'm going to Parallax Wave so they come back next turn here. What I need to find is Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp will get that Chandra quite nicely. If I can do that. All right, fades. Let's get these things in here. Draw. Lose 3 life. Treasure Cruise. All right, well, let's draw 4. Flicker Wisp? No, Venser though. Venser works. All right, so once again, do I want to do it second main? I think I do. Let's go Mox. Plains. Giver of Runes. Second main. Actually, I guess it'll actually just be upkeep probably. And I'll discard an island here. Upkeep, Venser. And if they have a counter spell, then I can counter back. Otherwise, I can just Venser the Chandra. And then if they tap out for Chandra, then I can just counter it. 4 mana Subtlety. All right, mana drain Subtlety. They've got to have Force of Will exactly. Daze doesn't work. Force Negation doesn't work. They do not. And, oh, that's going to be a problem for them. Now, they just have no play. All right, I'm going to probably Metamorph the Ring here because I don't really want to take more damage. Okay, I do have a bunch of mana, and I'm going to draw a bunch of cards. Oh, can I kill them with Intrepid Adversary? Let's see. I have 4, so I can play a land and I can pump 4 times. Yeah, that ought to work. What a funny way to go about it. Click on the mana symbol to pay. Oh yeah, so I got to do this. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Pay 1, white 1, white 1, white 1. And then this gets 4 times, and then I get to attack for 1,000,000 damage. Nice. All right. That's one way to go about it. Playing against Grixis control of some kind, it looks like. All right. Am I just going to play against... Well, I guess it was Jund the second round, but I guess it feels like I've just played against a bunch of like control decks. Well, I guess Blue, Black, and Grixis is 2 control decks. All right. I'll keep this hand. It's a little one-lander, but it's got 3 1-drops, one of which is Ponder, so that feels like this is not a particularly risky hand. Blightsteel? Ugh. Second worst draw. I think Portal's slightly worse because at least the Blightsteel I can reshuffle in some situations, but either way, a really bad draw. Okay, let's see if I can draw. Mox Pearl would be pretty nice, though. This is actually fine. So let's go. Let's lead with Ponder. If they spell Pierce me, so be it. All right, I'll keep this lineup. And I'll play Giver, and then next turn, if the Giver doesn't die, it protects the Spelune. If it does die, well, it kind of did protect the Spelune anyway. One has didn't counter any of my spells so far. Let's play this. All right. It's alive, and they didn't kill Giver, and they had no plays. This is going to start to be pretty hard for them. I guess they could Damnation here, and if they do, they get it. They got a nice little 2-for-1. What is Mind Twist? Okay, please hit Colossus. You got everything but Colossus. All right. Well, I have Treasure Cruise in a Spelune. I'm going to have a handful of cards here. This is not the end of the world. It really isn't. All right, land. Obviously, it would have been nice to discard Colossus instead of literally any other spell, but I'm now flush with cards, though I drew Lingering Souls and lands. If they don't have Damnation, I'm in really good shape. Nah, that doesn't really do much. Plus on the giver, sure. Again, better than Mother of Runes. And I guess I'll attack Liliana with the Spellion. Oh, where did I exile? Yeah, I didn't really have a choice though, so. Just draw. Ooh, Spell Pierce is nice. So what I think I'm going to do is go Lingering Souls. And then play a tap land and go. If they want a Liliana, a Lingering Souls token, I think I will actually protect it. What is this? The Gravefather. Okay, I can't Spell Pierce that. I can still kill Liliana through that, but okay, just minus wanting that because I guess I could stop it anywhere else it goes. Okay, my Parallax Wave is gone. I need Venser. Oh, Metamorph's nice. Huh, interesting. I was going to attack with Spellion, but I actually don't think I do. Because now I can just kill Liliana and I could Metamorph. And I think I'm going to do it this way so I can leave up Spell Pierce plus have extra mana up. Actually, maybe I'll just flashback Lingering Souls. No, I'm kind of worried about Damnation, so let's just do it like this. Yeah, I think I want to leave up Giver to protect Grave Titan. Because I think tapping Giver when I really don't want Grave Titan to get tapped is pretty bad. Oh. Alright. Let's do this then. I'm just not going to block with my Grave Titan because I want to keep up Giver, and this way if they have removal or something, it's not the end of the world. Oh, they wanted their Grave Titan to die so they could Necromancy it back. Okay, well, I might have to start using Giver of Souls then. Please be something I can Spell Pierce. Alright, it at least was. Spell Pierce the Chandra. Draw. Well, attacking with Civilian would have worked out nicely then. Whatever. Attack. And then I'm just going to give this Pro Black. Alright, well, I'm just threatening lethal next turn. And they don't have lethal back. Let's play Lingering Souls. Leave up Mana Drain. Alright, I mean, they certainly have ways out of this, but it's not trivial. Like, they need to have, basically they need to have 2 cards in hand that do something and the ability to cast both, because this is not going to kill me here. Because right now I can go chump Grave Titan, trade, take 10. I'm at 8, and then I just get to attack back for lethal. If they have Damnation, they can try to reset the board. If they have a removal spell, they have to use it now while I'm tapped out. Again, they need 2 relevant plays. Otherwise, I guess it does count as a relevant play to have a creature of a different color than black, because then my Grave Titan's no longer lethal. And then they have lethal on the way back, but either way, I don't think they're beating Mana Drain. I mean, we'll find out, but I think that is not super likely. 5 mana. Lorien Reveal. Yeah, sure. That doesn't do anything. I'm definitely not cracking Silent Clearing. All right, let's just draw for turn. Flicker Wisp. Flicker Wisp also is pretty cool. Attack. Give this Pro Black. And does that do it? They can't even have Otawara. That would be an uncounterable thing they could have. A bounce spell doesn't do it. I mean, a removal spell doesn't do it. And with 3 mana up, it's going to be pretty hard to have removal plus counterspell. K command, yeah. Destroy target artifact, because this is a metamorph. But Mana Drain ought to do the trick, unless they have Force of Will blue card as their last 2 cards, or Force of Negation blue card as their last 2 cards, which would be pretty impressive if they did. Only black. Make 2 zombies and collect my trophy. with a nice little column A, column B deck. Didn't, not the typical deck you end up drafting, but this worked out pretty well, and we got a nice trophy as a result. All right, that'll do it for today. Nice little efficient trophy. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you spending your time watching me draft, the old Tinker Esper Sentinel combo deck. I'll be back tomorrow with another draft, perhaps a team draft. We will see. I'll see you then.